Yeah. So Steve, I was doing some editing the other day. Well, actually, I'll tell a lie. I wasn't doing some editing. Our new editor to help out on the Wednesday episodes was doing some editing the other day.
This would give a good shout out to Dave. Hi, Dave.
Yeah. Hi,
Doing a
Dave.
fine job, Dave. Love you, Dave.
Yeah.
Sincerely.
Sincerely,
Sincerely
apart from
love
the
you, Dave.
fact that he's delivered an episode back to us and with a note saying we're not going to be able to use it as a full episode.
Yeah. And I think that it wasn't on the note that it was my fault.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
yeah, somebody got a bit
Yeah.
too obsessed with Morris dancers in the episode.
We did. We did. Well, I mean, we did. That's the royal we. I did.
Yeah, the royal we.
Boo-Foons, mystery investigators.
Off the case.
Yeah, because what we were talking about like ancient, I guess British pagan culture. I don't know if are they pagans? Are Morris dancers pagans? Because Green Man obviously was the subject. So we were talking about the Green Man legend. And the Green Man legend is obviously fertility, and it's linked to things like May Day and the Maypole, and eventually it had to, as always, come round to sodding Morris dancers. The thing I hate in the world more than clowns, Morris dancers. So, unfortunately, again, Green Man, as Dan will tell us in a second, is a very interesting story. I mean, very interesting legend. It starts in ancient England and probably spans the world, but I couldn't get past the fact Morris dancers came up.
Yeah, and you did in the recording go back to your point about Morris dancers multiple times, to the point where we sort of cut off the episode, stopped recording, thinking, you know what, we've got enough content there for a whole, normal Wednesday show. Sent it off to our lovely editor Dave to go, Dave, here you go, here's another episode for you to edit, for him to then go, yeah, boys, you didn't actually record enough about the Green Man. This is all I've managed to cut out of you talking. And yeah.
I made apparently I made some libelous accusations against Morris dancers to a point where legally we couldn't really play them. unless you're a member of the Patreon and you can actually, you probably can hear most of it.
That's if we decide to release it as a Patreon, because at the moment we don't have many Patreon subscribers. If we get at least 10 Patreon subscribers, paid subscribers, not just free, then we'll release it.
Yeah, and we're doing it at great risk to me being taken to court over it.
Yeah,
because I hate Morris dancers.
Yeah, we see if we get the paid members on Patreon, we'll then be able to pay for your solicitor and lawyer.
I think it might cost a bit more than that. Actually, I don't know, because what's the Morris dancers? How much are they going to pay a lawyer? Like 3 bells and a lamb's liver or something.
So, yeah.
Hate Morris dancers. But yeah, so I got very distracted away from the Green Man legend. So I think in future we may either avoid British folklore of that era or just not bother recording it until I've got it out of my system.
Yeah, I think the thing is with the Green Man, I think the issue was that, like you said, the Green Man legend and folk story has ended up being adopted in a few things that Morris dancers dance to. So therefore, I don't think we have to avoid every single folklore story.
You're just going to let me go on my rant so you can cut it out without losing anything. And I found out, this is the other thing, I found out that you have Morris dancer friends.
Yes.
So that's another reason it had to be cut out, because you didn't want to be associated to somebody who hates a Morrisophobe, I guess you can call me.
It's fine. The thing is you're considerably older than me. So when you eventually die,
Won't be long
I'll
at
just
this rate. It'll be killed by
I'll
Morris
just
dancing troop.
yeah. Well, I'll just get Morris dancers to dance at your funeral.
Dance on my grave.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go. It's
To
this one
raise
right
the
here.
dead.
Yeah.
You know, be banging to get out to kill them all. I would say I'd go for be a zombie going for brains, but they don't have any because they're Morris dancers.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're coming. I'm not
we are going off on one again.
We are. You just tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So enjoy this episode
Of a Morris
Green...
Dancer free version, I think, pretty much.
Yeah, of the Green Man legend.
Yeah, and again, a shout out to Dave. I'm so sorry. I will try not to do that again. Well done for what you've achieved here. Enjoy it.
Should we do Green Man? Should we do Green Man? Should we do Green Man? Should we do Green Man?
I hate Morris dancers.
Boo-Foons, mystery investigators.
You're listening to the Boo-Foons Mystery Investigators. I'm Dan. He's Steve.
I am Steve, and he is Dan. Yeah, that's it. Glad we got that out of the way.
At least our patrons are going to enjoy all of that. And if you're not subscribed to Patreon, do subscribe to Patreon, and then you can enjoy the full-length video uncut and understand why we're saying that was a long journey to get there. Anyway, what are we looking at today?
We're talking about the Green Man in British folklore.
The pagan Green Man.
Yeah. Again, because of your Norfolk upbringing in the middle of nowhere, even in the 1990s, early 2000s, Green Men, I guess, was a really big part of your childhood. The occasional human sacrifice.
Yeah, good old May Day, you know. Yeah. Although people associate Morris dancers and all of those dancing around the maypole with the countryside, I never experienced Morris dancers until moving to the town of Bedford, where I've come to learn are about 2 or 3 different groups that all exist.
Which actually is one of the main reasons I moved away from Bedford. There's me thinking it's because I had a nervous breakdown, but no, I had a nervous breakdown because of sodding Morris dancers in Bedford.
There is nothing worse than enjoying your beer and then suddenly hearing jing 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 of jingle bells, it not being Christmas, so it can't be Father Christmas coming down the chimney to give you presents, and then a group of people come in, start waving their snotty handkerchiefs around the air, banging sticks together, and all you want to do is get to the bar to buy another beer, and they're standing in your way, doing all of this dancing and banging tambourines.
I think I said this during the Witchcraft and Magic Museum. Yeah, when I was a kid, I remember my dad taking us, and I still remember being hit on the head by an inflated lamb's bladder. And that was enough for me to hate Morris dancers. So if we have any Morris dancers listening in, go away.
If you are a Morris dancer listening, Steve would love it if you could record a video and email it to him. Tag us in every Morris dancer thing that you know of, and I personally will make sure that Steve sits and watches every single minute of them.
Actually, that was it. Last time I came to visit you in Bedford, we went around a few museums, then we went to the pub. And out in the pub, there were Morris dancers. This is in the middle of Bedford. I just wanted to leave because this person dressed up with bells around his ankles.
That's because they had been out practicing their dancing. They were actually in there having a drink.
Yeah.
And to be fair, that particular group, I know quite a few of those particular group, and you may not have noticed, but at one point when I went to the toilet, walked past them, they stopped me to have a chat with me. And I knew that you hated Morris dancers, so I didn't even bother to introduce you to them.
Yeah, I'm so glad you didn't, because...
But yes, Green Men, they are
everywhere.
everywhere, absolutely everywhere.
Everywhere.
And yes, and they do, like you rightly said, they go right back to the pagan era and are a fertility symbol. So it's used as the symbol of seasonal renewal and ecological awareness. In Wicca, the green man is used as a representation of the horned god, a deity that incorporates aspects of the Greek Pan and the Celtic Cyrenius.
Do you know what? When I was in school, in the back of all the maths books, people drew fertility symbols and they didn't look anything like the Green Man. Isn't the horned god the devil, though? Or a demon of some kind? They all seem pretty positive, but whenever you think of the horned god, it's never a positive thing, is it?
Well, not in Christianity, because it's very much the devil. But I believe that in Wiccan and pagan religions, isn't the horned god seen as being the divine male rather than the female? The sun god, which the sun god then has links to all the solar deities, so things like the Aztec gods and all of that. Yeah, I don't think the horned god is necessarily a negative thing. I think it's something to do with the life force of animals.
Yeah, no, you're
It's
right.
something to do with life force.
And fertility again.
Yeah.
That's the horn they're obviously talking about. Animal world fertility, apparently, symbolizing the world, animal world, fertility, the cycle of nature of life.
Which is why it's the green man, because it's to do with life. And if you go to a church, you will see the green man, usually a face of a man shown with foliage around it. So you can get some that are almost like gargoyles made out of leaves. There are paintings, even mosaics that go back to the 5th and 6th centuries of a man with a beard and long hair, which the hair and the beard is all made of leaves and greenery. There are all sorts. I believe there's even been sculptures found in Iraq that goes back to the 2nd century where they've got figures of the green man on their walls.
I thought it was just a British thing. I didn't realize it went around that far. That's quite a distance to travel.
Mesopotamia, Hatra in Mesopotamia, they've found a man with what looks like foliage for beard and hair on the walls. And that's right back in the 2nd century. They've also found masks that date back to the Iron Age of the Celts having a green man. They've even found Roman art, which has leaf masks representing gods. So the whole idea of a green man goes back centuries and links to different things of people having male gods shown with leaves and things as beard and hair to link into nature and wildlife. But yeah, the green man that we're talking about is predominantly the pagan and Wiccan and very much a British folklore thing. But when you go back further, it has been seen elsewhere. For example, in the Mildenhall treasure, which is from Suffolk, there's a Roman villa, and as part of the treasure that they found a mask which showed green foliage. They believe that it was actually showing Neptune, the god of the ocean, and they actually thought that the foliage was seaweed as opposed to the green man leaves of the forest. Even in the Arab Empire and the Christian Empire across early Christian Europe, they found monks' manuscripts decorated with men with foliage for beards and hair. There's examples in churches in France, Germany, even churches in Jerusalem. There's places all over the place with men with foliage.
It's fascinating, isn't it? It's fascinating how the church does take on everything around it. But it took on another pagan icon and brought it into the church and spread that across Europe and beyond, especially if the Romans took it as well. There must have been something that people thought this is actually quite good. I was reading about what they're saying is the green man himself is based on it's as if you imagine the British landscape being a single living body. Green man is its face and the horned god is its heartbeat. The horned god is animals and fertility and life, and the green man is vegetation and spring. So it's all part of the same thing. I never realized they were all part of the same thing, and it's quite fascinating that they are totally interconnected. And
Yeah.
that obviously all that taken around the world, especially the known world at the time.
Yeah, it is fascinating. And I was reading about Green Man in modern times, and the Green Man was on the invitation of the coronation of King Charles III.
What was he doing?
So
Was he
it
just
was
invited? Oh,
well,
he
it
was the
was
fertility they were hoping for. Yeah,
well, the Green
they're
Man's
past
head.
that, to be honest.
Well, the Green Man's head was depicted on the invitation, and it was designed by artist Andrew Jamieson. And according to the official royal website, which I'm looking at here, central to the design of the invitation is the motive of the Green Man, an ancient figure from British folklore, symbolic of spring and rebirth to celebrate the new reign. The shape of the Green Man, crowned in natural foliage, is formed of leaves of oak, ivy, and hawthorn, and the emblematic flowers of the United Kingdom, which also alluded to the nature worshipper within King Charles.
There must be something fun about come on now, tell me something fun about the Green Man, because this is all well and good, but it's not. Where's the human sacrifices? Where's the ghosts? Where's the monsters? Where's the sightings? There are none, are there?
Well, there are three common types that you'll see within art. Okay.
Okay.
The foliate head, which is the head with all of the green leaves around it. There's a disgorging head, which is a man who is spewing out vegetation from his mouth. So it looks like he's being sick with green leaves coming out of his mouth.
Okay.
And then my personal favourite, based on the name, is the bloodsucker head, which has sprouts of vegetation coming from all facial orifices, the tear ducts, nostrils, mouth, and ears.
Yeah, that's always good. But I just want to say how amazing that description was. I can tell you, though, it's quite scary. I mean, some of these, there's a Devon church, actually. I don't know where the church is, but they've got a sculpture of the head. And it's terrifying. It's the eyes. It's like gold and red. And it's coming from the nose, the mouth, and the eye sockets. And it looks horrific. And that's inside the church. I like it. That's the kind of horror we're talking about.
So you said about where does the fun come in? Well,
yes, fun.
Linking back to your favorite type of people, the Morris dancers, they do have a character.
Use a safe word, Dan. You got to use a safe word rather than that.
British dancers with bells and dirty handkerchiefs, and they use a thing called Jack in the Green, which Jack in the Green has links to the Green Man. Typically, a Jack in the Green consists of a wooden or wicker frame covered in foliage, including green branches, leaves, and flowers. It is worn on the upper half of the human body and carried along in May Day processions. There is often a slot in the frame for the individual can see from inside. And the whole idea of the Jack in the Green is to be a May Day character linking in that whole Green Man with springtime and a new year.
It's funny, isn't it, that something that's got it was obviously done for positive reasons, can be really disturbing if you look at it with like outsider eyes. None of this stuff is child friendly. This is all really weird. I don't know. Is it because of things like The Wicker Man and old Hammer House of Horror episodes of British folklore that has made these things kind of freaky?
I think they've been made freaky by modern media, haven't they? Like you said, TV shows and films, things like The Wicker Man has made these old traditions seem very creepy and weird. Like the Jack in the Green, they think was recorded around the 17th century, but then died out by the 20th century, but then has been recently revived by modern pagans. So this was only around for about 300 years, and they think it originates and has loose links to the Green Man because of the greenery and people trying to bring back and revive an old British folklore. It looks like London is to be blamed for it because that's where it was found, a parade in London.
Oh, they think it's mischief. It's not. It's just weird and scary. I don't like people being mischievous around me with green on them or bells. Don't want anybody jacking in my green. I tell you that now.
So I'm reading here where it's been revived. Well, Ilfracombe near you is one of the places that have bought the Jack in the Green back. They bought it back in the year 2000 and still do it every May Day to this day.
Now, this is a really bad one for me because this is all the kind of things that makes me feel a bit weird. I don't know what it is. We talk about ghosts and cryptids and monsters and all the other things. It's like, yeah, this is great. But when we start talking this sort of old pagan tradition, I don't know what it is. I find it really, really creepy. I don't know why I shouldn't do, because it's all about positivity. It's all about the world carries on, life carries on, everything. We've got to get the new harvest. But I don't know. It's just really weird.
Well, would you like to talk about some medieval Christian literature instead?
You know, I specialize in medieval Christian literature. It's my specialist subject.
In a very popular French and British Christian literature from the medieval period, it is believed that the Green Knight, as in Sir Gawain and the Green Knight in the King Arthur
film?
Well, it was in King Arthur and the Knights of Camelot.
The
mythology of King Arthur.
Yeah.
So Sir Gawain, which was Arthur's nephew, if I've remembered correctly, there is a story where the Green Knight marches into Camelot and turns up with an axe and says, "You will have to. Who is going to challenge me to chop my head off?" And Sir Gawain picks up the axe.
That's not the Green Knight. That's the Black Knight, isn't it?
Chops
just a flesh wound.
Chops the Green Knight's head off. His head rolls across the court of Camelot. He then stands up, walks across to his head, picks it up, and then announces that in a year's time, Sir Gawain needs to go and challenge him for the similar thing. And in the story, they're talking about, does he have to make a fake head? How did the Green Knight do it? Blah, 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 blah. Eventually, Sir Gawain goes over, spends some time, and it all turns out that actually the Green Knight was a different lord who had a curse put on him and survives by doing things. But anyway,
that's a story.
Right. But
that's what I can get behind.
The Green Knight in that story, historians believe, actually, when you start looking into the story, has links to the Green Man, and it was part of bridging pagan myths with Christian values at the time, because the Green Knight is described as having green skin, green clothes, has a lot of connection to holly, and is seen carrying holly boughs, and serves as a vegetation god or a nature spirit within the story. Therefore similar to the Green Man, because the Green Knight was depicted as having vegetation with him all the time. They also have linked the Green Knight being beheaded in the story and then being resurrected because he picks up his head and he's fine again, with the Green Man, with the seasonal death and the rebirth themes, which all link in to the Green Man. The Green Knight lives in the Green Chapel, which is described as a grassy mound or barrow, which connects him to the earthbound wild nature of the Green Man. And because the story is a year and a day, starting and ending at the winter, also links into the yearly cycle of nature that the Green Man governs. So, therefore, they believe that the Green Knight within the King Arthur stories is a character that embodies the same wild man spirit that also challenges the civilized Christian ideals, which is why he was used as a character in King Arthur stories in medieval Christian literature.
So it was a modernization of the tale.
It was a modernization of the Green Man. And
for the people who don't like, who think it's really weird and old-fashioned and creepy. This was less creepy, definitely. I can see why they made a film about it. I must watch the film now.
Well, what historians believe is the idea was that King Arthur and his knights, representing the Christians, are meeting this strange British Green Knight that is the Green Man. So it was the whole, here's the pagan myths, and this is the different thing. And then, oh, actually, you're okay. You're a normal person. You're with us. So they actually think it was that whole bridging over and connectivity.
Can you imagine being at a New Year's Eve party or New Year's party and somebody walks in and says, let's play a beheading game?
Now, the Green Man, not only is the Green Man found in churches and on church walls, are you aware that there are 72 pubs across the United Kingdom?
No, but I bet you are.
Named the Green Man. Here's the thing. So, you know how I said there's a lot of things where they've taken pagan traditions and Christianity have adopted it. And, you know, I mentioned 2 BC and found like 2,000 years ago it was on a building. A Green Man was on a building in Iraq. So I've just read here that because of it being part of Christianity, because Christianity adopted it from paganism, it was then adopted by Islam, because in the traditions, Al-Qaeda.
Al Qaeda.
No, it's AL dash KHIDR.
Okay.
Kidra. There's no pronunciation guide on this either that I'm reading. All it has is the Arabic name and then that word. So whatever that is pronunciated as.
I am so happy, because usually it's me who can't pronounce anything. So you're just human, Dan. You're just human.
Al-Qidra is portrayed as a continuing spiritual presence who guides and assists people in different places and circumstances. He is closely associated with growth, blessing, vegetation, and in some accounts state that the ground becomes green wherever he sits or prays. These traditions help give rise to his title being Al-Qidra, meaning the green one. And they believe that that comes from Christians adopting the pagan tradition of the green man and using the green man. And then that is then the next level of the green man is Al-Qidra. So it goes from paganism to Christianity to then being included as a different character in Islam.
This green man gets around a bit.
Yeah, and there's links of this Al-Qidra being linked to meeting Alexander the Great at some point. And links between Al-Qidra and the Green Knight, which is where they've made the link to Christianity.
Yeah.
The character of Al-Qidra may have come into the European literature through the mixing of cultures during the Crusades. It is also possible that the story derives from an Irish myth which predates the Crusades, in which Cú Chulainn, an Irish warrior, and two other heroes compete at feasts. And Cú Chulainn disguised himself magically, cut off his head as per the agreement. So I think this is a whole melting pot of the Green Man influencing the Green Knight, but also the Irish myth of Cú Chulainn of the cutting off the head, then links to the Green Knight in this Arthurian tale, and then through the Crusades it then becomes Al-Qidra in Islam. So the Green Man is sort of like the ultimate pagan god because it's influenced loads of people and spread itself.
I guess the thing is as well, it is still widely known because it's one of those, you got to look into for details, but everybody's heard of the Green Man, I'm sure. And it's great, I guess, if you're starting up a new religion and you're going to a country, it's really good to actually have those easy to brand things and carry them across with you.
Yeah, well, I did see in some articles that some people have even linked Robin Hood to being the Green Man because Robin Hood lives in the forest, is a protector in the forest, and looks after people because he looks after the poor by robbing the rich. And they think that the merry men are some sort of thing that helps the Green Man. So there's even some people that believe that the myth and legend of Robin Hood has links to the Green Man.
Yeah, I guess it's all very nature based, isn't it? I mean, you go in the middle of the forest, but then where else could you be in Nottingham back in those days? You had the castle and a few huts.
Yeah,
you live in the forest, aren't you?
So to the two people that are still listening at this point in the episode, please come back next week.
Let's do a proper ghost story or a monsters next week. Let's do something like that. Let's do something get your teeth into. Let's scare people. Let's tell people a story that's going to scare them. What's the most we've got here? You've got fertility and
rebirth and New Year. Yeah. I wonder why all of these covens don't want to come on and talk to us. Where we genuinely want to learn more about Wiccan and pagans. We genuinely want to learn more about witchcraft. And when we reach out to these covens, they either don't answer or they tell us no. I wonder why.
I just want them to actually let us in, tell us about it, so I can actually start being more positive. It's like, yes, we're going to take this seriously now. But as long as they keep blanking us, that was it. I'm going to put them in the same checkbox as all the Morris dancers. They're on that list for me, until they let us in.
Right, and what a lovely note to end this on. So, yes, do follow us on the social media. Do go to our Patreon where you can see lots of bonus content out there. And we
I am
will be...
so looking forward to your edit. Sorry.
Yeah. And with regards to the edit, if you want to see the full version of this, because this episode is probably now only 10 minutes long, and you're probably wondering why we have a 10-minute episode. For the full hour and a half long version, do pay us money on the Patreon to see the video version of why I've had to heavily cut this episode on Boo-Foons Off the Case.
Off the Case. I like that. I'm looking forward to it.
Boo-Foons Off the Case.
I bet it's going to be great.
Yeah. So do listen to Boo-Foons Off the Case on Saturday, and we'll be back with a mystery next Wednesday. Yeah, so I think with that, he has done an amazing job at making it sound like we are actual professionals and professional mystery investigators, you know.
Even though there was no mystery apart from how come Morris dancers still survive today.
Yeah. Because they enjoy the dancing and waving their handkerchiefs around.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to shut up for a minute so you can talk, because I'm still fuming about them.
Yeah. Well, what we'll do while you're fuming, we'll chuck in a couple of little random bits here of us talking about other things where we're not ranting and raving, and then come back in a moment where you're more chill.
We might do a whole episode of just my rants and raves. That could be quite good.
We could.
Do it after I'm dead so I can't get sued.
But yeah.
Yes. So I don't
have
know
you
what
calmed down now?
Yes, I have calmed down a bit. Just a bit. I think I've had too much caffeine and Donomeat today. Don't ask me why I've had Donomeat, but I've just had a load of Donomeat left over from a takeaway last night.
Yeah, which I had to sit and watch you eat, and I'm very jealous.
Yeah, you thought it's a burrito, but it wasn't. It was just wrapped stuff with Donomeat and salad.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. It was breakfast as well. That's the thing. It's always good. I'm one of these people who can eat anything for breakfast. I don't eat, apart from cereal, I don't touch breakfast cereal. If it's anything that's in the cupboard, anything that's in the fridge, I will eat it for breakfast.
It's funny you say that. I prepared a curry last night, and my breakfast this morning, just before jumping on to record, was a little small bowl of leftover curry, which is also going to be my tea.
Batch cooking, that's what I do a lot of.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to go back on my diet. Do you know, I look back at the first episodes we did on video, and over the weeks I can see me just getting fatter and fatter and fatter as I sort of had to deal with stress eating over the last year. So the last few months, it's like I have just got so big. So I've decided this is me now turning the corner. So from this Saturday show onwards, I'm going to see myself get thinner and thinner and thinner again. I'm going to lose the weight I put on over the last year. And this is the start of it with Donomeat wraps.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I've decided to cut the chocolate. So that's my Saturday promise to you. That when I look back over the next 7 months of Saturday shows, I'm going to see myself getting thinner and thinner and thinner and be pleased with myself.
Yes.
What are you going to do, Dan, over the next few months?
Well, I need to lose weight as well because...
No, you're lovely the way you are. Like I say, stay puffed.
Yeah, but that's because...
Stay puffed forever.
What people can't see is how big my gut is getting. From shoulders and above, I still look similar. But I had a bit of an issue the other day where I went to put on one of my really nice suits that I wear for work. And the trousers wouldn't do up. And I only bought the suit a year ago. And when I bought it a year ago, I had to wear a belt with it because it was loose.
Yep.
And then I tried to button up the waistcoat, and the waistcoat wouldn't meet in the middle. So I have had to buy a couple of new suits that will fit me at this size I am now. But that does mean I, like yourself, am cutting down. So chocolate's an easy one to cut out because, for a start, I don't really like sweet things. And also, Cadbury ever since being taken over by the Americans, have made their chocolate taste absolutely awful and disgusting, because rather than being a glass and a half of milk, it's now a glass and a half of palm oil, which kills orangutans.
It kills
You know,
people too.
there's my environmentalism. Palm oil is evil. It is
Yeah.
evil.
It's
It's
cancer.
and it's destroying environments. Natural environments, because the places where palm oil grows are in areas where they're having to do massive deforestation, and the farmers are getting paid a ridiculous amount of money.
And you know what? But there is a good side to it, though. That we're going to see more dinosaurs come out of the rainforest, where we will find dinosaurs soon. They will, because they're only hiding in the rainforest. Chop the rainforest down, we're going to find all these magical creatures are going to come out. It's going to be great. So we're going to have so much more to investigate on our Wednesday shows, because they're going to have sightings. I mean, what was the geezer with his little legs on back to front?
The Kurupira.
Kurapira, yeah, I thought it was. I wasn't going to say it in case it was wrong. Yeah, we're going to see them come out all the time now. There's not going to be any mystery of these things. We'll be able to go down there and, go look at some... we want the rainforest. Amazon, just chop it down. I want to see the dinosaurs. I want to see the Kurapira. I want to see anything else we shouldn't know is there.
Yeah.
And especially if we get chocolate out of it.
No, because the chocolate is horrible.
Yeah, I know. But it's not really
No,
that horrible.
It's not good. The thing is, if palm oil in these foods actually made the food taste better, which it doesn't, it makes it worse, then I wouldn't mind, and I'd be on your side, Steve. But in this one, it's making it taste absolutely horrible and has a horrible texture in your mouth. So that's how I'm going to lose weight, is just because all of the foods I enjoy eating, which make you go fat, are now being pumped full of palm oil, which is disgusting and tastes horrible. That's how I'm going to lose weight.
Yeah, the trouble is I don't find it tastes horrible to me. It tastes good.
If you want good chocolate, go out and buy Tony's Chocolonely, where it is still
God,
made of milk.
the amount of Tonys I've got. Oh, sorry, not got. No, my hidden supply is gone. I used to sneak it and have boxes of it in here. It was terrible in my office.
Exactly. See?
Yeah, Tony's so good. Went to Amsterdam. Went to the Tony store. It's like Wonkaland in Amsterdam. It's great. There's all the other places I could have gone to. No, I just went to the Tony store.
Yeah, exactly. Because Tony's still make their chocolate properly with cocoa, milk, and sugar.
Yeah,
that's all you need. That's all you need.
The best thing is when the people I went with said, "Let's go to the red light district." It's like, no, I'm in the chocolate district. I'm in heaven here. I don't need to see the other stuff. Just God, look at all the colours in here. Look at all the paper wrappers. Oh, it looks like Wonka's.
And it tastes good. And why does it taste good? Because they don't chuck random crap in it like palm oil.
Yeah. It definitely tastes better than the red light district. I'll tell you that now. That's very fishy around there. Yeah, sorry. I know. At least I had to get you once where you couldn't say anything after I've said something. That's one of my favourite bits of recording with your dad, is when I say something and you go like, you just suddenly go silent. You just don't know what to do.
That's because I was going to make a joke and I've realised that I would end up cutting my own joke. So
tell me now that we can. Okay, we're just gonna. Dan's gonna tell me a joke and we're gonna cut it. So, I'll tell you how good it was.
But I was going to reference. Do you remember Genevieve's?
No.
Okay, the joke wouldn't have landed anyway. So Genevieve's was a brothel in Bedford that was above KFC on.
I heard about it. I didn't know it was called Genevieve's. I knew there was a brothel above it, because apparently that's where they got that's where they cooked the chicken, was out the stuff that dripped down from the ceiling.
Yeah, and that was the running joke, was it was finger licking good upstairs and down. Yeah.
You could keep that in. You don't have to take that out. And downstairs it's finger licking good. Upstairs it's dick licking good.
Yeah. I know a plumber that did some work for them, and he only did a job. He did a job.
I'm a plumber. He's like, come in.
He did a job for them once.
Off. There we go. Yeah.
And the reason he never did another job for them is because rather than paying him, they kept trying to offer him services, and he kept going, "No, I want the money. I want the money. That's all I want." And he was there arguing about the fact that he wanted the money that long that eventually they caved in and started giving him abuse because he wouldn't accept sexual favors rather than money.
Wow.
And in the end, he went, well, fair enough. He said, you got two choices. Either you give me my money and I leave, or this keeps going and I ring the police. The police will then have to come in, get the evidence that they need to be able to close you down, and then you'll be closed down. And
Oh, I love
they
it.
then went, fair enough. So they then paid him, and he then never accepted a job there ever again with
Yeah.
the plum
See,
on that front.
I mean, that's what you're going to expect. I mean, you go up there, you unblock their pipes. At least they're offering to unblock his.
Yeah,
I
they
don't-
did. They did eventually get closed down.
Did they? What's that now?
Nothing. It's empty. It's all boarded up now. It's all empty.
Oh, that's a shame. We should open it there. We should move in as an office. Maybe we can do mystery investigations from above the chicken shop in the next brothel. That sounds like a perfect location to have a detective agency.
It doesn't, because we've just spoken about the fact that we want to lose weight.
Oh God,
Us living above a chicken, us being based above
Yeah.
a chicken shop.
yeah. That's a good point. Good point. Good point. At the
Yeah.
moment, I work across the road from a McDonald's. I go out to try to find healthy food to eat, and all I can smell is McDonald's and KFC cooking, and it's just like the cruelest thing you can do.
Well, that's why I stopped going to the gym I was going to, because I had to cycle past a McDonald's and I would smell the McDonald's, be very, very hungry because I've
Yep.
just done a workout at the gym, go, that smells good. And because I used to go there in the morning, it was breakfast, which is the only time worth going to a McDonald's is for the breakfast menu.
Oh, I disagree. No. I'm not a big fan of the bricks. It sticks to your mouth, and it's like a coating of stuff that just doesn't leave. You have to scrape it off.
Well, you see, ever since they got rid of the Chicken Legend and the decent wraps that they used to do, I see no point in eating. I don't like the burgers in McDonald's.
Yeah.
So for me, McDonald's, it's just the breakfast menu, which isn't. I'm
Oh,
not saying it's the best in the world. I'm just
Yeah.
saying out of the whole of the McDonald's menu, that's the bit that I am happy to eat.
well, what's made it difficult here is they've just opened up a new Wendy's, and we went there, and Wendy's is actually really good. We used to have Wendy's back in the 80s before they left the country, and they were my favorite burger place then. Then I went years ago, about 10 years ago, went to New York for a weekend and had a Wendy's then. They were still good, but this new one's open in town. It's lovely.
Have
But
you
again,
had
I got
the
to avoid it
breakfast
now
one?
completely. No.
Have you had the breakfast one that has the pretzel bun with the bacon and stuff in the middle?
What, Wendy's? Not yet. But from the sound of it, I
Yeah.
may have to.
Yeah, basically imagine the McDonald's McMuffin, but instead of the muffin, you've got a pretzel bun.
Okay. Yeah. No, I've got to avoid that. No, I won't have it. But that sounds very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So food, fat. What else have we spoken about today? Green Man, Morris dancers, brothels, plumbers. But I mean, yeah, okay, I was never offered sex, but for websites. But I was definitely offered just bottles of wine. The amount of people who said, "I can't pay you, I'll give you some wine." Every time I'd fix a neighbour's computer, spend hours fixing their, doing all their IT for them. Here's a bottle of wine. I don't drink, but thank you. I had so much wine in the house. Like, give me some money. Nobody wants to pay you money anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like wine.
I
Red
don't.
wine.
Only if it's in a soda stream that comes out fizzy. I like fizzy wine because I'm a child.
Well, not necessarily. Champagne is very expensive.
Oh yeah, and it's very good. I do like it. People don't like champagne as much as I do.
I've got a bottle of champagne in my fridge.
Oh, well, when we hit our 2,000 downloads, we'll celebrate. I'll come round.
Yes. Yes. I have actually got a couple of beers that I've left to one side to share with you.
Oh, brilliant. Well,
One
will they
because
last?
it's a fruit smoothie, because I know you
Oh.
like them, and
Yeah.
another one I've kept, which I don't think you'll actually like the beer inside, but
The can is good.
you specifically need to see the can.
Okay, let me guess. Is it Marshmallow Man?
No, it's to do
Okay.
with one of your past careers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it teletext can?
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
They've done a teletext can.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So potentially a ghost hunt in April.
Potentially.
So if we do that, then I'll be down in April for you, or up and across, should I say, not down.
Yeah.
It's weird. I always refer to everything as going down, but you can't really go down any further than we are already.
Everyone else says down, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come over to you. Come up to you.
Yes. But they're
Yeah.
sitting there.
They're sitting there. Brilliant. Give me more
yeah.
excitement to come down. Up, around, across.
And talking of going down, up, and things, do swipe down or up or across or whatever. Give us some sort of review and do check out our socials and be back. Wednesday for a mystery and next Saturday for more randomness. So thank you for being here and joining us on this random adventure today.
Yes, and be careful where you go down in future.
Boo-Foons, mystery investigators.
Off the